Yo, what up, guys? It is 2 a.m. and the one day that I didn't check Reddit to see if there's any content worth covering on there is the one day that Hooli decided to drop this on there. So I haven't seen this, but I'm going to cover it and go through it. He's talking about the release of the Sanctum of Rebirth, so it's definitely going to be worth knowing about. And the title says the day one content experience, so like the first day of the launch, and how we're rethinking some of our communication. So we're going to go through this and see what it's about, because I think this, just from that alone, like super interesting of a topic. So let's take a look. It says, "Hey Scapers, Sanctum of Rebirth releases later this month, but how we do our usual full reveal of the content will be a little different than usual. Given we've been in such a week before tell-all reveal rhythm for a while, I wanted to make sure we let you know our plans and run you through why we're doing things this way." Okay, so here it is. While we'll be confirming the release date of Sanctum of Rebirth this Monday, we're planning to provide a less detailed look at the content before release than you might be used to. So we're getting the release date on Monday. It's pretty exciting. I'm keen about that. But apparently we're getting less detailed look at it. I like this already. I don't mind. I mean, we're going to go through why and all this sort of stuff in a minute, right? But personally, I kind of like it because it's more exciting on release than knowing everything when you're going into it. Like, it brings that, like, hype kind of more. I think that's important. But let's see. Why? Over the past few years, we've really been packing our content reveals with as much information as possible. While that's awesome for theory crafting and getting prepped, there's a feeling we might be stripping the magic of day one a little out of the releases. I completely agree. Absolutely. And I said this, like, with the beta for the weapons, it's cool that they're letting us test them, but I also was like, I hope they don't reveal too much, because it's still, like, when you log in and you're like, what's happening, and it's super, like, exciting to have that. So when we think back, some of our most memorable releases have involved a mix of enough upfront information with the room for discovery on release. Those memorable releases are the ones where players are the experts. You uncover the secrets, you provide the solutions, and you share the first screenshots of those before unseen areas you just discovered. Absolutely. There's also great examples from the past that makes us want to try this, like Next AOD, which had undisclosed drops that the community got to discover and have a communal holy crap moment together. So we are going to have this with the Sanctum of Rebirth. I believe we are getting an upgrade, right? Something that's going to upgrade our gear. But again, we already know that it's going to upgrade our gear. So I wonder if there's actually something else that they've not mentioned already. Now, obviously, all content is not made equal in terms of what we can or should leave to discover, but ultimately, we do think we might be killing a bit of the excitement of discovery with how we have done things, and we think Sanctum is a great time to try something different. Good. Oh, I mean, right. It's always good when you see the company who makes the game that you're playing. In this case, it's Jagex for RuneScape, right? It's always good to see them trying new things. If they didn't ever try new things, like, even if you're saying, like, well, I don't like this, I don't think this is stupid, I want to know everything so I can prepare for it, and I don't like surprises and I hate it. if that's how you feel, it's still good to be like, they're trying new things, because at least that way it just gives us the opportunity to find something even better the next time, or the next time. So it's always a good thing. A change in detail, not transparency. All of this mention of change is only relative to our usual full reveal. We usually do around the Thursday before release, i.e. stream, blog, dev diary combo. This is a bit I really want to stress. This means absolutely nothing for right-click examine, betas, or anything else that we would do to involve you in feedback. We're committing to going even further on involving players in development, not backwards, and we'll never limit the benefit of that for the sake of day one. That comes first. So we're still going to be getting all the betas and stuff, which I think, again, is important. Like I said, with the dual wield, I'm glad that they didn't reveal too much, but I'm also glad that they let us get our hands on the passives and stuff, so we can take a look at it and give them, like, feedback and that sort of thing. So like I said earlier on, it's about finding a balance. We will still announce comprehensive roadmaps for RuneScape 1 in advance, followed by right-clicking on blogs, setting the stage for content releases, opportunities in various forms to provide feedback, and then follow up on what we've taken from that. The change here is simply relative to the level of detail you get close to the release date. Instead of a tell-all blog and stream, we might give the need-to-knows. We might tell we might need to give the need to knows. We might tell you about some key rewards, but not every single one. Essentially, it's all about keeping some sense of discovery in each release. Good. I also kind of hope that they don't show anything to do with mechanics. What did we have last? We had the Rex Matriarch, right? And we had before him who was before Rex Major? Was it Vorkath, right? It was Vorkath. And when they show those like cutscenes with the fight, it kind of gives away some of the information, and people can like, oh, there's probably going to be a mechanic with this, probably going to be a mechanic with that. I want to go into a fight not knowing what the hell it looks like and not knowing what the hell's going to go on, and having it thrown at me like from the beginning. This happened with Raksha, this happened with Karapak, I think, unless I just didn't really notice, like the God Wars 1 stuff, God Wars 3 stuff, sorry, it happened with that, and it makes it so much more exciting when you go into that on day one for sure. This isn't something we've felt comfortable about trying before, but now we're opening up a lot more on our content during development. We hope this feels like a change in detail rather than transparency. I think it's fine, honestly. I think it's nice. Why Sanctum of Rebirth? Quite simply, boss releases are pretty secret anyway. If you want to see how this affects that day one feeling, this feels like the right kind of release to test it out on. It's worth mentioning that this is not a Sanctum of Rebirth specific idea, but rather a first try in what we hope is a better way to communicate content releases. I mean, like I said, if as long as they're giving the stuff that like players maybe are going to have like a very strong thought on, like for example the specs for the weapons and stuff, as long as that's getting tested and feedback, keeping the little things and the excitement hidden isn't a big deal, you know. Like it's pretty cool. What if I rely on that detail to decide to play or not? We very much want to communicate enough to give you a feel for the content, who it's for, what it makes it exciting, the rough edges of what to expect. If you need the full picture to make a decision, you'll get a more comprehensive look on release date, a detailed blog, a dev diary, and so on. We'll even have a dev stream at some point in the week too, and of course the community itself will be a great resource too. Yeah, of course, content creation and stuff like that. We're just creating some space for the community to dive into the content and discover things together. It's all a question of timing. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if anyone's like relying on the detail of an update to decide whether they're going to play that content or not, you're probably not like fully sat there like, oh, I need to know before it releases, because you're not going to be the first person in on day one to try and get all the stuff straight away, right? Like, it's probably not a big deal if you wait until you see like your favorite content creator doing it on stream or something like that. What if this way sucks? It absolutely might. There's some awesome examples in the past where it seems to have been a big hit with the community, but that doesn't guarantee anything. We're going to be looking at a lot of things. Does it increase or decrease awareness of the release? Do you feel it makes releases more or less exciting? Does it invite more player experts guiding others, or more opaque releases for less experienced players? We also might not apply it universally to the same degree either. Mining and smithing is a good example of this. Our RTE gave a really deep example of that content to show what we mean by skilling updates. RTE's right-click examine, by the way. So there's not much point of being vague around release. It's also clear. It's also a clear example of where we'll put the need for player feedback first over preserving day one discovery. So that's it. Bit of a Hooli classic for it to be such a wordy explanation, but it felt like it deserved it. I mean, if he'd come here and just gone, by the way, guys, not going to tell you as much. Good luck. Like, it'll be good. If it's not, then I think he's not like gone over in words, in my opinion. How we talk to you is as important as the content we're releasing in many respects, so we want to involve you. I'd love to hear your initial thoughts, and after Sanctum of Rebirth releases, how you feel about it retrospectively. We'll definitely be looking to learn from this and find just the right balance over time. Move away from it if it doesn't feel right. Cool. Yeah. I mean, this comment here says, I think this is a great idea. I'd rather discover the content by playing it instead of reading about it. And I said, this is absolutely true. This person says they always skip the dev blogs. It makes sense. Obviously, right, for me, if they announce it all, it gives me another video. I'm not going to complain. But personally, I would also like that excitement on day one, because I think a lot of more people would be interested in finding out about it on day one as well, rather than just writing it off and going, I know about it now. I don't really need to play it. For the players that would like look at it and log in to see what it's about, but not necessarily play through the whole content, it's going to get those players to log in and check it out because they aren't going to see it all straight away. So it's another good thing as well. I like this personally. I think it's a really cool idea, and I'm glad they're doing it. I've said this for a while, like, that whenever they release something and talk about it, that they have to find a balance where they're not just like killing off everything about it that's like exciting, because having that excitement on release of finding out what it's like, when we would used to log in and check the boss kill log and see what actually is in there to say, well, whoa, there's actually another 3 drops that we didn't even know about, or something along those lines, right? So It's definitely going to be exciting for me, in my opinion, to see this. This person says, hard disagree, spoiled quest lore story years in advance. What's this here? Yeah, I mean, I thought that was coming. Side note, not all Reddit clients support spacing between the spoiler tags. Wait, what? I don't even know what that means. Yes, release day. Surprises are great. Really love the ID example. It's fun to know something is coming, but not every little detail we can play about it. Yeah, just like I said, right? They just need to find that balance of keeping the communication open. I mean, basically what Hooli said, right? Find the balance of communication. Get the player feedback on stuff you think is going to be really important and like going to make a big difference to how players think about the content. And then everything else, like I don't even want to see more about the area. I don't even want to see more about the mechanics or how the bosses look. I want to go in and be like, holy shit, what is that boss? What is that? Like what the frick? Like if there's like the three bosses, right? When the second one comes into that fight, I want to be like, holy crap, what is this? What am I even meant to do? That's going to be hella exciting to watch and to do and to die to a million times. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is a little bit late, but hopefully you find it interesting. Catch you later, guys. Bye.